Hi, it's Faith again, School Aid Station, bringing you some quick tips for all things related to kids that are learning. A book I read this past year is one that I wish I'd had when I was a parent. It's called Why We Sleep, written by Dr. Matthew Walker. You'll be able to find a link to the book and to his incredibly good podcast in the description below this video. Sometimes as parents we end up fighting a bit of a losing battle trying to get our kiddos in bed. Kids often don't understand why it's so important. It's just because we say so. In this video you'll have a little bit of information that you can provide to your children to help them understand why that sleep is so important. In chapter 6, Dr. Walker explains that sleep is important for two significant reasons. When memories are stored initially, when learning is taking place during the day, those memories, just factual information, is stored in a little part of the brain called the hippocampus. It has a fairly small capacity for storage. While we're sleeping, the brain does this amazing thing where it takes those short-term memories and moves that information into the neocortex. It's a little bit like having a tiny little thumb drive on your computer versus a huge external hard drive, just a gigabyte or so compared to many, many terabytes. So the first part is clearing out space in that hippocampus, making room for new information to be learned. The second thing that happens is those memories are consolidated. It's a little bit like cement that's setting up. Actually, a better comparison, a better analogy would be, remember in the years back on the hard drives, you could defragment your hard drive. That's kind of what's going on with your memories when you get plenty of sleep. Now, in Dr. Walker's lab, they not only did a number of experiments to figure out the impact of sleep before learning, but they also figured out that having sleep after learning was just as important. In fact, one particular study involved giving people a bunch of factual information to learn, and they had 3 nights with varied amounts of sleep in each night. And those who did not get enough sleep the first night, but got plenty of sleep the next 2 nights and were tested on the following day, actually still suffered significantly. So, a simple way to explain this to a child is just to say that when you're sleeping, your brain is making space for new things that you're going to learn tomorrow. It takes that information from the hippocampus, which is in from like above your ear, and moves it to the neocortex, which is in the upper part of the brain. And it makes those memories stick longer. Makes that information, it files it away in a place where it can retrieve it easily when it's needed. So the next time you're struggling to get your kiddo to bed on a school night and they're wondering, why do I have to go to bed now? It's too early. I want to watch one more movie. You'll have a little bit of information to help them along their way and help them understand the why. Knowing why is really, really important at various ages of development. Maybe not so much for your toddler, but I can guarantee an elementary age student can begin to understand some of this. Be on the lookout for some more really, really helpful tidbits from Dr. Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on those, be sure to hit the subscribe button and you'll get some of those links. Thanks for joining me today.